Muletrain! Muletrain!
And it is time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Tuesday, February the 17th, 2015. Brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
A celebration of life mass will be held for Jo Rempe, formerly of Muleshoe, the mother of Keith Rempe of Muleshoe, Thursday morning at 11 in St. Joseph's Catholic Church in Slayton. Graveside services will be held here in Muleshoe later at the Muleshoe Memorial Park. That will be next to her husband, Don Rempe. Jo Rempe was 83 years of age and lived in Lubbock when she died Thursday at Covenant Medical Center in Lubbock. She was born Joan Margaret Westcott, September the 20th, 1931 in St. Louis, Missouri, to Lloyd and Viola Breckenridge Westcott. Jo Rempe attended high school in Plainview, Kansas, and college at Fort Hays State in Hays, Kansas. She married Donald Rempe in Plainview, Kansas on July the 25th, 1953. While he continued his studies at Kansas State on a GI Bill, Jo began her life as a devoted wife and mother. Following her husband's graduation, he took a job with John Deere Company as a territorial salesman, which took them to Amarillo, Hays, Kansas, Rocky Ford, Colorado, Plainview, Texas, and then they moved to Muleshoe in 1967 when they had the opportunity to become part owner in the John Deere dealership here in Muleshoe. This is where they made their home and raised their family. Don Rempe preceded his wife in death on April the 1st, 1983. Jo continued to live in Muleshoe until she moved to the Caroline House in Lubbock in 2008, where she lived until her death last Thursday. She was preceded in death not only by her husband, Donald, but also her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Lloyd Westcott, and her sister, Jean Westcott. Survivors are two sons, Keith and his wife, Dana, of Muleshoe, Kent and his wife, Clara, of Slayton, and her daughter, Jolene Clement, of Dixon, Tennessee. Also, there are 7 grandchildren, Jennifer and Don Ann Rempe, and Shanna Warner, all formerly of Muleshoe, Brent and Kyle Rempe, Patrick and John Clement. 4 great-grandchildren are Isabella and Kennedy Rempe, Lauren and Ashley Clement, and her brother, Don Westcott of California, also survives. Jo Rempe was a longtime member of the Muleshoe Ladies Golf Association and a charter member of the Muleshoe chapter of Beta Sigma Phi. She was an avid golfer and a talented artist. She belonged to the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church here in Muleshoe. And repeating, Jo Rempe, 83, of Lubbock, formerly of Muleshoe, died last Thursday at Covenant Medical Center in Lubbock following a lengthy illness. A celebration of life mass will be held Thursday morning at 11 in St. Joseph Catholic Church in Slayton, and there will be a graveside service at a later date here in Muleshoe at the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Cremation was under the direction of Combest Family Funeral Homes in Lubbock. Please remember Keith Rempe and all of the family of Joe Rimpey in your prayers. Allegra Mara, Muleshoe High School art student of Sandy Chitwood, has been chosen to exhibit her artwork at the Texas State Capitol in Austin during Youth Art Month, which is in March. From all over the state of Texas, art students submitted their work to be hung in the state capitol. A school the size of Muleshoe could only submit one piece of art, and Allegra Mara was chosen to be in this prestigious exhibition. Allegra Mara will be attending the reception at the Capitol on Sunday, March the 22nd. Congratulations to you, Allegra. Also, visual arts scholastic event called VASE will be held this Saturday at Friendship High School at Wolfforth. The high in Muleshoe on Monday was 43 degrees. The low was 27. And we did receive a trace of rain and a trace of snow here in Muleshoe officially, bringing us to 2/100ths of an inch of moisture. On Tuesday morning at 7 o'clock, it was 28 degrees here in Muleshoe. Stay tuned. We'll have the weather forecast for Muleshoe and our entire area coming up. Congratulations to the Lady Mules of Muleshoe High School as they are by-district champs. They beat the Childress girls at Floydada on Monday night 47-44 in a thrilling game. And we are so proud of the Lady Mules as they move on later this week. They will be playing the winner of Tuesday night's by-district game between Brownfield and Alpine. Now, there are a lot of winners from our district. Littlefield and Dimmitt also won their girls' by-district games. So there are 3 by-district winners from our district 2A. The Littlefield game, 50, Highland Park 42. And Dimmitt girls beat Spearman 53-44. And may I say it again? I certainly can. Muleshoe 47, Childress girls 44. Other by-district games for the girls on Monday: Levelland 84, Perryton 37, Idlew 78, Kermit 24. Claude 55, Hale Center 44, and more congratulations to the Sudan Nets as they beat Anthony in their by-district game Monday 71-3. Now, there were last Friday night some boys' games that you'll be interested in, and they are Littlefield 52, Dimmitt 41, Sudan Hornets 56, Martin Indians 46, Shallowater 47, Muleshoe Mules right behind that 45. Hart 53, Lasbuddy Longhorns 33, Spring Lake Earth Wolverines 82, Amherst Boys Bulldogs 78 in another close game. Lockney 53, Olton 45, Petersburg 47, Whitehall 46, Lubbock Cooper 62, Lakeview 54, Brownfield 71, Slayton 56, Denver City 40, Idlew 27. Those are boys' games from Friday night. Now, we hope you will enjoy the Lady Mules big by-district championship victory over Childress girls from Floydada, courtesy of these Muleshoe merchants: Frying Cox, Leal's Tortilla Factory, Irrigation Pumps and Power Incorporated, the Muleshoe State Bank, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Muleshoe Independent School District, K&K Pharmacy, Muleshoe Animal Clinic, and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Vic Coker Land Company, Precure Electric, Shipman Body Shop, Barrett Potato Farms, H&R Block, and Adrian Photography and Graffitis, all congratulating the Lady Mules by-district champs from 2015. Also, the Muleshoe Mules boys basketball teams are playing Tuesday night their very last regularly scheduled games of the season. And the games start at Muleshoe High School gym at 5 o'clock with the JV game, and then at 6:30 the varsity boys will play the Dimmitt Bobcats. And after that game with the varsity teams, then there is going to be a by-district game between the Farwell and Olton girls, and that will be immediately following Tuesday night the Muleshoe Mules varsity game against Dimmitt. So there's a lot of good basketball in Muleshoe on Tuesday night. And if you go into the game and pay for the JV and the varsity boys game of Muleshoe and Dimmitt, you will be able to stay and watch the Farwell and Olton girls by district game at no extra charge. So this is quite a feat for Muleshoe High School to be the scene of a by-district girls basketball game Tuesday night, and we're so glad that we have the facilities that people want to come to our school to play by-district games. We thank them for selecting Muleshoe as the host. And we say congratulations to Mr. Valentine, whom you, our listeners, selected as our 35th annual 2015 Mr. Valentine on Channel 6. And he is David Tips. Also nominated last week were Basil Nash, Renee Valle, and Kim Bales, along with David Tips. And David Tips gets gifts from K&K Pharmacy and McDonald's in Muleshoe, and they were the sponsors of our 2015 Mr. Valentine contest. We really had fun conducting the contest. And we'll be back with more Muletrain news and the weather forecast in just one moment. Stay tuned.
This edition of the Muletrain News is brought to you today by the First Banks and Restaurant. The First Bank is introducing their new School Spirit MasterCard debit cards from the First Bank, available for the Muleshoe Mules, Dimmitt Bobcats, and the Bovina Mustangs. Contact them now, 806-272-4515, or go by 202 South 1st Street right here in Muleshoe, and they can tell you more about the First Bank School Spirit MasterCard debit cards. Show your team spirit and earn cash for your school every time you swipe the card. Available now for the Muleshoe Mules, Dimmitt Bobcats, and the Bovina Mustangs. Available at the First Bank here in Muleshoe, 202 South 1st Street, or call 806-272-4515. The First Bank is located online, fbmuleshoe.com, and they're a member FDIC.
Chips are delicious. Have you been wasting time looking for a good meal? Well, go to Leal's Mexican Restaurant in Muleshoe at 1010 West American Boulevard and try the Irma's Special. If you are under 12, try the grilled cheese. You know Leal's in Muleshoe is the original Leal's Mexican restaurant. I highly recommend it. 5 generations of our family have eaten at Leal's. What did you say, Isla? Chips are delicious.
It's time now for 5 Area Telephone West Plains Telecommunications to bring you the weather forecast for Muleshoe, Sudan, Amherst, Earth, and our entire area. Over the weekend, we were in the 70s. On the 15th, our high was 74, and on the 16th, it was 77 high, but officially on Tuesday morning, it was 43 as a high and 27 our low, with a trace of snow on the ground. Now a message from our sponsor.
5 Area announces faster internet speeds at the same price. If you notice that your internet is faster than before, there's a reason, as 5 Area increased speeds without increasing the prices. If you're at 384K, now 768K, 1 meg is now 2 meg, 3 meg is now 4 meg. If you're in town on the fiber network, there are higher upload speeds available to you now as well. Call 5 Area for more information, 806-272-5533. Some restrictions apply due to location. That's faster internet speeds at the same price through 5 Area Telephone. Looking at our forecast for this Tuesday here in the Muleshoe area, the dusting of snow will probably be gone later today, as a mostly sunny day will happen here in the Muleshoe area. High near 46 degrees, west winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. This afternoon, clear tonight with a low around 23, west-northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming south-southwest after midnight. Sunny on Wednesday, high near 57 degrees, southwest winds around 5 miles per hour, becoming east-northeast. Later Wednesday afternoon, mostly clear, low around 29. Wednesday night, east winds around 5 miles per hour, becoming south-southwest after midnight. Sunny with a high near 73 on Thursday afternoon, so much warmer. Thursday, southwest winds between 5 and 15 miles per hour, then mostly clear. Thursday night, low around 35. Sunny on Friday, high around 72. Northwest winds around 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy Friday night, low around 39. Mostly sunny on Saturday, high near 60 degrees. Slight chance of rain Saturday night, mostly cloudy, low around 26. Then a slight chance of rain. And on Sunday afternoon, snow and freezing rain is possible as well. Partly sunny, high around 43 degrees. Sunday night, a slight chance of rain, snow, and freezing rain. Mostly cloudy with the low around 20. Repeating our forecast for today on Tuesday, mostly sunny, high near 46 this afternoon. West winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, then clear tonight, low around 23. Sunny on Wednesday, high near 57 degrees. Southwest wind around 5 miles per hour. Wednesday night, mostly clear, low around 29. 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast.
Muleshoe High School fine arts students in the choir, drama department, art, and band have tickets on sale now at $9 each for the Fine Arts Night to Shine. It'll start with a meal served in the Muleshoe High School Commons area at 5:30. It's brisket, beans, potatoes, rolls, sopapilla, cheesecake, tea, or water for drink. And then the choir and band performance will start at 6:30. In the Commons area of MHS, the Muleshoe High School art students of Sandy Chitwood will have their beautiful artwork on display. And of course, one of those being the artwork of Allegra Mara, whose artwork has been chosen to be shown in the exhibit in March at the state capitol in Austin. Then at 8 o'clock in the Carrie Moore Auditorium of Muleshoe High School, the one-act play will be presented. All of this you can enjoy for only $9, and the tickets are available now from fine arts students and their teachers. You can dine in only. There will be no takeouts at the Fine Arts Night to Shine. That is Monday night, March the 9th. The Lady Mules softball team will be playing here on Tuesday night. It will be the varsity team only hosting Big Spring, and that game starts at 4 o'clock, so it will not interfere with that critical game for the Muleshoe Mules, and that will be at 6:30 in the gym. The Lady Mules softball team plays Big Spring Tuesday night at 4, or really Tuesday afternoon at 4. Robert Schaefer announces that the 6th annual National Wild Turkey Federation Hunting Heritage event will be held in Muleshoe on April the 3rd at the Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, and that is at 610 East American Boulevard in their large modern dining room. Now, doors will open that evening at 6, and the dinner will be served at 7 o'clock, and it will be a steak dinner, Robert says. Tickets are available from Robert Schaefer, or you can see him at his home at Needmore, or Obie Standard at his home out in the Stegall community, or Jude Smith, and he is the manager at the Muleshoe National Wildlife Refuge south of town. Tickets are $60 or a couple $80. Jake's ticket $25 and a table ticket $750. This is sponsored by the Lana Estacada Upland Game Chapter. If you enjoy wildlife, wild places, and our hunting heritage, you're in the right place and with the right people. Save the Habitat and Save the Hunt initiative. The National Wild Turkey Federation volunteers and partners have embraced this theme. They have 3 goals to tackle together in the next decade. They are conserve and enhance 4 million acres of critical upland wildlife habitat, create 1.5 million hunters, and open access to 500,000 new acres of hunting and other outdoor recreation. Join the ranks of thousands of NWTF volunteers, a winning team committed to save what's important to you. Ask your National Wild Turkey Federation representative how you can become a part, and the way you can start is by getting a ticket now from Robert Schaefer, Jude Smith, or Obie Standard for the 6th annual Wild Turkey Federation Hunting Heritage event here in Muleshoe to be held April the 3rd. Also, they will give away a scholarship to an area student, and that scholarship is funded by a giveaway. They will be giving away a rifle, and that is in memory of Joe King. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a jiffy, so please stay tuned. If you don't know what a jiffy is, then you will find out.
Don't forget, Frying Cocks Incorporated is now handling plants at 401 South First Street. Frying Cocks do it best right here in Muleshoe. Their first shipment has arrived, now in onion sets, vegetables, and herbs, including onion chives, lemon thyme, strawberries, mustard greens, kale, broccoli, oregano, mint, mustard greens, sweet red onions, Georgia sweet onions, and more. And they'll have more plants coming in as the spring continues to arrive here in the Muleshoe area. Their first shipment of plants have arrived now at Fry and Cox Incorporated, 401 South First Street. That's Fry and Cox Do It Best, 401 South First Street. Call 806-272-4511. They support the Mules and Lady Mules in the basketball playoffs, and they're bringing you highlights of the girls basketball by-district big win versus Childress on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com, as well as rotating here on Reach Broadband Channel 6. Join Ellis Funeral Homes for coffee and dessert Wednesday, February the 25th next week here in Muleshoe at 6:30 in the evening at Calvary Baptist Church, 1733 West Avenue C. Get answers and information about planning a simple and affordable celebration of life in advance, the elements of healing and meaningful ceremony, protecting your family from unnecessary pain, anxiety, and stress, avoiding mistakes families sometimes make during times of grief, and how to save hundreds or even thousands of dollars by planning ahead. Join Ellis Funeral Home with coffee and dessert. Get all these questions answered Wednesday, February the 25th at 6:30 in the evening at the Calvary Baptist Church here in Muleshoe, 1733 West Avenue C. Everyone here in the Muleshoe area is invited by Ellis Funeral Homes in Muleshoe, Morton, Earth, and Sudan. For more information, you can call 806-272-4574. That's Wednesday, February the 25th at the Calvary Baptist Church at 6:30 in the evening.
Well, on Monday, it was President's Day across our nation. But right here in Muleshoe, I know I certainly enjoyed seeing all of the American flags flying beautifully in the West Texas wind. Now, the Muleshoe Rotary Club provides a flag service to individuals as well as businesses here in Muleshoe on 8 national holidays. That includes President's Day, like Monday. As a fundraising event, the Muleshoe Rotary Club uses that money for so many wonderful projects in this community. The displaying of our national flag is an impressive showing of our community's patriotism. The flags are displayed, as I said, on President's Day, but also on Memorial Day, Flag Day, the 4th of July, Labor Day, Patriots Day, Columbus Day, and Veterans Day at your place of business. Or they also offer flags placed at the Bailey County Courthouse Square in honor or in memory of an individual or individuals. If you would like to begin or continue your participation in the Rotary Club's flag project, you need to contact either David Tips or Mark Martin. And you can call David at 806-315-0206 or Mark Martin at 806-272-7519. This flag project only costs $25 for an entire year. And if you have any questions, you can also contact Josh Hover, who is the president of the Muleshoe Rotary Club. And if you want to mail your money to either David or Mark, their addresses are David Tips, Box 301, Muleshoe, or Mark Martin, Box 584, Muleshoe. Of course, our zip code is 79347. Place a flag on the Bailey County Courthouse Square in honor or in memory of someone, or you can also have in front of your place of business a flag placed on 8 holidays in our country. On your prayer list, please remember Larry Thornton, the editor of the Muleshoe Journal. He is in Heart Center at Covenant Medical Center in Lubbock. I talked on Tuesday morning late with his wife Diane, and Diane Thornton said that her husband is doing some better as of this time. Please remember Larry Thornton, his wife Diane, and all of his family in your prayers. and the Heart Center at Covenant Medical Center in Lubbock. Also on your prayer list, please continue to remember the family of Dr. B.E. Sanderlin of London, Kentucky. He formerly was a medical doctor here in Muleshoe and moved from here in about 1973. Remember Robert and Martha Jo Black, Alma Burton, and all the residents at the Parkview Nursing Care Center, Laverne Smyre, Gwen Gulker, Leona Harris, Lila Sue and Doyle King, Noble Killow, G.R. Lassiter, Augustine Martinez, who has cancer, Laurinette Mason, Eugene Redwine over at the Running Water Draw Care Center in Olton, Walter Marie Boness, also in Olton, Everett Reeder, Glenn Watkins in Plainview, Dorothy and Grady Sarley, Doris and R.L. Scott, Clinton and Maxine Rogers, Mary Ellen Robertson, Phyllis Carrion, Delmer Clements, who is in Lubbock, undergoing chemo for lymphoma, and remember Delmer's wife, Pat, and their family, and Francis Miramontes here at home in Muleshoe. Please remember Philip, her husband, and their family. Francis Miramontes has 2 large aneurysms, and they are bringing in a doctor from either Houston or Dallas to do her surgery. And also, please remember all of our servicemen and women who serve us not only overseas, but here in America. Well, it's about time for us to go now on the Muletrain News. But before we go, listen to this important message just for you.
The Parkview Nursing Care Center needs to hire an activities assistant today. It's a part-time job. You work mainly on the weekends and special occasions. Contact Janice Morrison, the activity director, today by calling 806-272-7578. The Parkview Nursing Care Center is overlooking our new city park at 1100 West Avenue J right here in Muleshoe, Texas. They need to hire an activities assistant to work part-time, mainly on the weekends and special occasions. Contact Janice Morrison for more information. She's the activity director, 806-272-7578 today at the Parkview Nursing Care Center.
Get up there, Little Red. Come on, Corina. Hiya, Arbutus, Andalay, Monkey Paw, Julia Gray, Isla, and Olay.
Muletrain, Muletrain, liberty climbing over hill and plain.
And the Muletrain News Program on this Tuesday, February the 17th, 2015, brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear it rotating here on Reach Broadband Channel 6, as well as find as our 10 most recent archived Muletrain News programs on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Vernon's library has a significant history. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
And the Sounds of Texas are brought to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6, as well as MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe as well as in Morton. They are celebrating 75 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle hope that you enjoy the Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Andrew Carnegie was born in Scotland but went to Pennsylvania as a child. He had little formal education but had a large interest in books and learning. His steel business made him one of the wealthiest men in the world. He became a philanthropist, and much of his money went to building libraries. He built 2,500 of them in the U.S. and other countries. 32 of them were built in Texas between 1898 and 1915 at a total cost of less than $650,000.
Our Carnegie Library, that's where I went as a child, the original building. It was really pretty, but it was old.
Beth Railsback manages the Carnegie City County Library in Vernon, which was built in April of 1915 at a cost of $12,500.
We think it was the last Carnegie Library funded by the Carnegie Foundation.
The original building was demolished in 1978, and the library moved into a former TG&Y building, which underwent extensive renovation, thanks to funds left by Jim White and his wife Marion. Jim was a famous test pilot from Vernon.
He rubbed shoulders with a lot of different people, Eddie Rickenbacker, Howard Hughes. He always felt like the library helped him find his dreams.
It's difficult to drive by the library in Vernon without stopping because of its modern architecture.
The thought that went into it, we wanted it to be very welcoming, to be warm. We wanted everybody to feel comfortable.
One striking feature of the building is a concrete awning.
People can get out and not get wet.
Beth has an unusual background for a librarian.
My first degree, I was a dental hygienist for 22 years.
13 original Carnegie Library buildings survive in Texas. Some are museums, but most of them have remained libraries. Beth says her library stays up to date.
We just upgraded our computer lab, and we have 7 public computers in there.
People in Vernon like books.
There's a lot of people that do enjoy the Kindle or such apparatus, but for the most part, our clientele likes to have a book in their hand.
Beth Railsback of the Carnegie City County Library in Vernon. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
Time now for the market report, brought to you today by Stephen DeMint, financial advisor with Edward Jones, located right here in his offices in Muleshoe at 104 West 2nd Street. Call 806-272-4102. Stephen or his branch office administrator, Dan Arimpi, can assist you with any of your financial needs, no matter where you live. The market report was recorded this Tuesday, February the 17th, 2015 at noon. U.S. stocks are trading lower as investors assess the potential impact of a breakdown in talks between Greece and its creditors. Discussions aimed at finding common ground between Greece and its creditors ended on Monday, with the main point of contention being a proposal for a 6-month extension of Greece's international bailout package. In earnings news, shares of Medtronic plc are up after the company reported earnings above consensus expectations, citing strong domestic and international sales growth. U.S. bonds are trading lower. So far this morning in the S&P 500, the best performing sector is utilities, while the worst performing sector is telecom. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 50.76 at 17,968.59. The S&P's 500 index is down 3.22 at 2,093.77. The Nasdaq Composite Index is down 7.37 at 4,886.47. This morning, volume on the New York Stock Exchange is moderate, with 198.60 million shares traded. Decliners are outnumbering advancers by roughly 4-3 margin. In commodity markets, the spot price of gold is down $24.38 to $1,207.12. The spot price of silver is down 87 cents to $16.40, and crude oil prices are down $1.50 to $51.28. In the bond markets, the 30-year Treasury yield is currently 2.68%, and the 10-year Treasury yield is 2.08%. Some stocks of area interest: American Express Company is up 0.22 to 78.30. Twitter Incorporated is down 0.31 to 48.19. AT&T Incorporated is even on the day at 34.66. Pfizer Incorporated is down 0.05 to 34.59. Halliburton Company is up 0.28 to 44.77. Medtronic plc is up 2.74 to 78.44. Delta Airlines Incorporated is up 0.51 to 45.01, and Alcoa Incorporated is up 0.03 to 15.84. The market report is brought to you today by Stephen DeMint, financial advisor right here in Muleshoe with Edward Jones at 104 West 2nd Street. Call 806-272-4102. Member SIPC. Check him out for much more information, including market report, up-to-date information at edwardjones.com.